Aloha, everyone. Today, I want to talk about the movie theater experience and how it's changing. What the future of going out to the movies is going to look like in, like, say, 10 years or so. Some of you have probably already experienced a movie theater that's new or recently renovated that has, instead of the usual row of seats, they have rows of uh, re- reclining easy chairs. And some of those theaters may also have, like, restaurant service, like a full restaurant there where you can order meals and have them served to you while you watch the movie. Um, and I see, like, it seems like there's more theaters that have either done this or have plans to convert to this in the near future. So it seems like that may be what the way we go out to see the movies in the future. It may be that they're all like that. And movies and television have kind of been in competition since the 1950s, when TV was first so popular that it was in pretty much every household in America at that point. And at that point, the TV's come along, and everybody now has the ability to watch moving pictures in the comfort of their own home. And the movie theater experience changes as a result of that. In the 50s, up until this point, you had color movies. They had those since the 1930s, I think. But a lot of movies were still being shot in black and white because it was just cheaper to shoot that way. And with TV offering black and white movies at home, start to see more movies in color, with black and white movies kind of phased out by the early 60s, except when it's an artistic decision. And then you start to see the CinemaScope, the widescreen formats start becoming the norm. And surround sound and all of that, and movies become bigger and more immersive at the movie theater as a result. As because they're offering something you can't get at home, giving you a reason to leave your house and go to the theater. Plus, of course, they also get the first-run movies, and that hasn't changed. That's always been that way. That's always an advantage the movie theater has had. And since then, television technology and, like, home theater technology has been growing and changing and evolving, kind of in the direction of replicating that movie theater experience. The TVs get bigger, wider, higher resolution. You get home theater systems with 5 channels or 7 channels around sound. And it becomes just more and more like going to the movie theater at home. So it seems like now what's happening is that the theaters are responding again, making the movie theater experience more like you're more like staying at home and watching the movies. Like they're, instead of the home theater technology replicating the immersion of going to the movies, the movie theaters are now replicating the comfort and convenience of home, giving you these big comfy chairs with the recliners in them, and the access to a full kitchen and all of that. And it's kind of interesting the way that's shifted, I think. Another thing I heard a while back was that there are some people in Hollywood, I don't think it's really caught on too much, but there are some people in Hollywood that are actually pushing to eliminate this first-run advantage that the movie theaters have. They're pushing to have, like, an across-the-board release date for movies, saying that the movie should hit the theaters and be available for digital streaming and be available on Blu-ray or DVD and all of that all on the same day. And while as a consumer, I like the idea of having those options, of having additional choices. I can choose to go out to the theater to see it, or I can choose to stay home and stream it, or pre-order the Blu-ray, or whatever I'm going to do. And that's nice, but if you think long term, if you think in the long run, that's going to hurt the movie theater industry, which may end up causing movie theaters to close, and I may have fewer options to go out to the theater in the future. Because much as I love going out to the movie theater, I know there's going to be times where I have the option of going to the movie theater, but I'm going to sit there and say, you know what, I might as well just stay here and watch it from home because I can. So, yeah, I can see a lot of people saying that if that's the case, and that could really hurt the movie theater industry. And we may not have movie theaters as we know them today if that happens. Either that or the movie theaters will, and Hollywood particularly, would kind of change in order to entice people to go to the movie theater, offer another reason for people to go out to the movie theater, as they did before. And the only thing I can think of they would do is, if you've ever been sitting around with your friends talking about what movies to see, you've probably said, oh, well, that movie deserves to be seen on the big screen in the theater about certain movies. Usually they're movies with a lot of big spectacle in them, a lot of special effects and big action scenes and things like that. And we do get a lot of movies like that, and today we're kind of fortunate in that Hollywood is doing a lot of movies like that, and still having, character and story. It's not, they've found a way to do both. I mean, they don't always do that. Sometimes the movie is just a big dumb spectacle. But sometimes it's kind of smart too. And if, that big dumb spectacle is what's drawing people to the theater, we may see a lot of movies coming out like that, and a lot less of just little character dramas and things like that, or they'll be released directly to Netflix or something, and that the only movies will be able to see out in the theater are these big spectacle movies, which, and if they're doing that, I imagine they're probably going to be a lot less interested in putting substance in the movie too. That's not to say it's bad to go see a movie that's just a lot of spectacle and little substance, but I like there to be both. I like there to be all kinds of movies, and it's really going to end up being a situation where there's only going to be certain kinds of movies that are going to be available to go see in the movie theater, and I don't want that either. So I kind of have to come down against that whole cross-the-board release date kind of idea. But I don't know, what do you think? But I am in favor of the movie theaters with the big, comfy, easy chairs and the restaurant service and all of that. That's a fun experience. I enjoy that very much. So, if you've been to one of those theaters, have you enjoyed it? Do you like that idea? And otherwise, let me know what you think about the future of the industry. You can comment below. Like, comment, subscribe, and that's a wrap.